So just to recap, this is part B of a 2 parts video, so it didn't get too long. What I've done here is done a successful image transfer using the black acrylic paint on the gel plate. Before that dried, I used a texture plate similar to this isn't the same one, that I've stamped into the black to create the pattern. And so I've done that here and here just to lift off some of the black. And then once the acrylic black dried well on the plate, I've then come back through with an acrylic paint in colour and use those same patterns to reinforce. So with this pattern here, I've stamped in the red here. With this pattern here, I've stamped with red. I've started mixing it on my palette with a small brayer, and then the effect on the brayer looks so good, I just sort of did a strip down the side. I'm not sure that's exactly what I wanted. I do love the randomness usually, but it's ready for the layer to pull, which I use transparent mixing white. And I'm going to just grab the paper on which I'm going to pull. So that's ready to go, and I'm going to brayer this on. So applying this layer, and again, as I've done on the other videos, it's really getting rid of those globules of paint, really working that in. You've got a few extra layers this time, so just make sure the coverage really is thorough, and right to the edge, long horizontal and vertical strokes, even. Try not to get too many edges of the brayer visible. I think that's pretty good. You can see the image quite clearly through, and again, using that base card as my registration, I should get it quite well centered on my cardboard here. So a good massage. At this point, once I've massaged it on, I go and wash my brayer. For now, I'll just drop that into water. I'm not a fan of building up layer upon layer of paint on my brayer. But what I do now, both to speed up the process, but also just to make sure there's a nice firm adhesion, I get my hairdryer out and give it a good massage. The page is slipping around on the table here. I did use double-sided tape, but it seems to not be very effective. So I'm sorry about that if the movement's bothering you. So really focus on those edges to really encourage a good pull. It's a bit hard to keep it still. I'm sorry about that. Let's see how we go. Hopefully straighten it up for you and stick it back down. Let's see how it's going to pull. We want all those lovely, so encourage off all those grungy edges. See those beautiful bits on the edge there. Coming off cleanly. Looks pretty good. Nice and slow. I'm holding down the plate. It's quite resistant. It really clings to the plate. And as I thought, it's a little bit pinky down the bottom, but so there we have it. Our image transfer with just a little bit more pattern and colour applied to the plate.